to the Gallant Cooking Show. Today I'm going to be making vegetable Efo Riro soup, and if you are not a member of our Gallant family, please subscribe, like our video and give us thumbs up. Alright, let's get started. These are all the ingredients I'm going to use for this vegetable. Assorted meat. I have my smoked turkey, boiled beef, shrimps, shaki, gizzard, dry fish, stockfish, locust beans, palm oil, olive oil, red bell pepper or tatashe, onion, ginger, scotch bonnet and garlic, spinach, collard green leaves, which is like pumpkin leaf, and other seasoning that I have here is crayfish, chicken broth powder, salt. Start by getting your tomatoes and bell pepper ready. Wash it and make sure it's cleaned properly by removing the seed inside to ensure that your food is not bitter. Wash it properly before grinding. Wash your scotch bonnet pepper and add to the blender, already having the tatashe and the tomatoes. Then add your ginger after washing, then blend. Okay, it's time to blend. Add a little bit of water in your blender to blend properly. If you have a good blender, you will notice there's a part called chop, blend into puree. I usually use the chop one so that the consistency is not as smooth as if you're cooking other food. Because Efo Riro, the consistency has to be rough. You see, you want your consistencies to look like this. Yeah, so you can see my blended tomatoes, bell pepper and the sweet pepper. It's not as smooth as if you're making stew. There's a reason for that, so wait to the end and you'll see why it was blended that way. You can start cutting your onions to start frying. Start cutting your collard green or pumpkin leaf that you want to use in cooking this Efo Riro. If you are using a fresh spinach, you can also start cutting. But I am going to be using a frozen spinach along with fresh collard green leaf. Heat your pot well for 1 to 2 minutes before adding the palm oil. I normally use 1 to 2 teaspoons of red oil in addition to olive oil in order to make it healthy. It's your choice, however you want to make the soup, because some people they like a lot of oil, but to make it healthy, I use very minimal oil. Leave the pot to heat for 1 to 2 minutes, then add your onions. Stir very well to ensure not to burn. Continue to stir for 1 to 2 minutes before adding your crayfish and locust beans for nice taste. Continue to stir for another 1 to 2 minutes. Once the onions, locust beans, crayfish are mixed together nicely while cooking, add the already blended mixture and stir properly. After stirring, cover the mixture to cook for another 10 to 15 minutes. In between the 10-15 minutes while you cover the pot, you have to open once in a while to stir to prevent burning. After cooking for 15 minutes, add your seasoning. That is, add chicken broth, Maggi cube, and a little bit of salt to taste, and continue to stir to prevent burning. After seasoning, you can add your stockfish. I put my stockfish earlier so that it can be well cooked and taste well. Depending on how you want your meat to be soft, you can start putting all your meat inside. So as for me, I already put the stockfish because it's a little bit harder. So I'm going to start putting the other meat, okay? I like it not too hard. Add shaki to the pot and stir very well to ensure that your food is not burned. Then add other meat. I'm adding gizzard now and stir. Continue to stir. Anything you add, you stir, okay? Then add your smoked, I'm adding the smoked turkey right now. And if you notice, I'm adding the beef and you see I'm stirring as I'm doing it. Stir, stir, stir. If you notice, I'm not putting the entire beef because I noticed that the meat that I'm using to cook this efo riro was becoming too much. So I'm keeping some for the house, okay? Continue to stir. Then add the meat stock into the pot and stir properly to ensure that every aspect of the pot gets, the nice meat water. Then taste to see if you need to add salt or anything. It's time to wash your vegetables. Another tip I want to give you guys is when you're washing your fresh vegetables, because it's coming from the farm, sometimes it can have sand or stones, and the only thing that can take it out is salt. So put salt before you put your boiling hot water, and all the bad remnants will all go down, okay? It's time to add my smoked fish and shrimp into the tomato stew cooking for the efo riro. Ensure that you stir the fish and the shrimp down so that it can soak the stew itself. Let it continue to cook for some few minutes. After putting hot water inside the collard green, I make sure I washed it properly and sieve it and ensure that the water is all out, otherwise your vegetable will be watery. If you notice, there used to be a lot. Now everything is small. So I make sure I remove all the water to have a dry efo riro. After cooking for about 5 minutes and the stew is thick, add your collard green and spinach, then stir. Towards the end of the cooking, add the remaining crayfish to taste. You get that taste of crayfish at the end of this efo riro, and stir very well. Now that your efo riro is already ready, you have to taste for salt. If you notice, I have not put any salt apart from seasoning and the salt that came with the meat. So I'm just going to taste now. Perfect. No need to add salt. After cooking for 1 to 2 minutes, your efo riro is cooked. Hey guys, can you see the finishing of my efo riro? Everything is all done, and you can eat it with eba, which is this. Or if you want to go on the healthy part, just like I said before, you eat it with oatmeal. It's just blended oatmeal and you make it like fufu. So it's very high in fiber, so it's very, very good. So this is how we make efo riro vegetable soup. Very, very nice, and I'm inviting you to come and eat with me. If you like what you're seeing, please like us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and stay blessed.